Welcome to All Pro Football Data. My name is Jim Coburn. In today's episode, we're talking about Illinois tight end Tip Reiman in terms of his production data profile and other statistical factors. Looking at Tip in terms of his offensive market share production data, he had a 26th percentile in terms of his receiving market share, 37th percentile in terms of total offensive market share, and then 64.69 percentile in terms of his touchdown market share. Taking a look at his efficiency scores, he had a very decent TD percentage. That's by far the biggest thing that really sticks out to me is his TD percentage right here. That's a great number to have right there, and if you can see it here, it goes right in line with Pro Bowl average in terms of that. So that's a good number to hit in terms of being a tight end. Is even though he didn't have a ton of touchdowns, I mean he had above average touchdown percentage, but he didn't have elite touchdown percentage. You want to see that kind of production, especially in terms of touchdowns at the tight end position. Moving on to the next part in terms of his athleticism testing, he was an amazing athlete. Right here you have a 93 percentile explosiveness score, 96 percentile in terms of speed, and then 97 percentile in terms of flexibility for his size. Those numbers are fantastic. Again, taking it straight across hits all the numbers that you're looking to hit in terms of that particular number right there. And then adjusted production. So adjusted production takes a look at context for their production. So biggest things it looks at is, strength of schedule. Strength of schedule is a big thing. SRS, which is strength of team. Those are the big things that it really measures there. And then, of course, in terms of the pass score right here, that takes into account efficiency scores plus market share scores at the position, just in case you haven't already looked at the data points for that. Now, in terms of the adjusted production, this is where things are a little iffy. You can kind of see the starter average right here for him. Not that great compared to that. He's about 54 percentile, 55 percentile, 69 percentile in terms of this overall block right here. But looking at the Pro Bowl average, All Pro average, those things are not that great for him overall in terms of his data. So that's the biggest concern for him based on data. Then, of course, we get to the comparisons for him. The best comparison for him, I know it's crazy to say, would be Jimmy Graham. Now, before you call me crazy and all those other sort of things you might be saying in the comments section, this is why I have that comparison for him. He's not quite the same athlete. He doesn't have the same physical metrics, if you will, at the position. But he does have a similar profile right here. So if you look at this block right here in terms of receiving market share, total offensive market share, and touchdown market share, he pretty much is in that same vein as guys like Jimmy Graham and David Osbury. But not, compared to David Osbury, much more impressive explosiveness, much more impressive flexibility. And again, comparing the athleticism of Jimmy Graham to the athleticism of Tip Reiman, better in some ways. He had better flexibility than Jimmy Graham. He had better explosiveness compared to Jimmy Graham. Now, he doesn't have the same size measurements in terms of, a comparison from that kind of perspective, but that's kind of what you're looking for. And he didn't have the same TD percentage as well because, Jimmy Graham was decent in terms of his, TD percentage. He also had a very impressive TD, I would say touchdown market share, I'd say. But he had a very great TD percentage as well. So those are big numbers for him that really help him out a lot. So overall outlook for him. He profiles as a backup to potential Pro Bowl tight end long term. Excuse me. He does not have great production traits, but he does have elite athleticism. Jimmy Graham is a lottery day dream upside comparison for Reiman. I know I said the same thing for Theo Johnson, but the same thing is true. He's closer to Graham than Theo Johnson is from a production standpoint, but Theo Johnson is a much better all-around athlete. So you kind of have to look at it from that perspective. But that is Tip Reiman in terms of his overall profile. I know a lot of people aren't the biggest fans of this tight end class, but I think if you look at all the tight ends in this class and you're just trying to bet on athletic upside, this would be the guy that you would bet on, definitely, along with Theo Johnson. So that's why I did these videos. Make sure to check out these videos as well. Also, follow my Patreon page at patreon.com/jcoburn. Make sure to become a Patreon subscriber there as well, so you can get content like this on the daily posts about draft data. And starter patrons will get access to the 2024 NFL Draft Analytics Guide before everybody else, before it goes up for sale. So definitely go there as well for that. And check out my X, formerly known as Twitter account, at Geometrics. And I'll talk to you guys in the next episode. Peace. Peace.